Hi, Dr. Pat here again with another video on how to get and stay healthy. Today's topic is going to be on fasting. Now, fasting is very, very good for you. The research is very overwhelming. Many benefits to it. It rests your GI tract, your intestines, so it helps your digestion. The immune system is very intimately connected to your GI tract, wrapped around it, so you give your immune system a rest. It does cellular cleansing. It heals the cell membranes, it cleans out the cells, and it also increases the mitochondria, which are the little powerhouse organs that are inside every cell, and increases the number and makes them healthy. So there are a lot of benefits to this, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. There's a lot of things that it's good for. When I saw the research that's been done recently, I was convicted about it and decided I gotta fast. I've done fasting in the past, didn't like it, but this made me go back to it. Now, I use it with my patients a lot to treat conditions such as Hashimoto's thyroiditis, type 2 diabetes, Lyme disease, and a whole lot of autoimmune conditions. It's very helpful for all these conditions. But of course, we're talking about not only healing those things, but to stay healthy. Do these things, and a lot of these things will just not happen to you. Let's talk about the cell cleansing for a moment. What we mostly do today, in the United States anyway, is we do recreational eating. We don't eat to survive here. What we do is we have food everywhere. We eat when we want it, what we want. Freezers and refrigerators are packed with food that in other countries just wouldn't be there. So we don't eat to survive, we eat for fun. It's recreation. That's bad. What happens here is that you're creating a lot of cellular waste. There's a lot of garbage that your body does, it produces when you eat. When you eat all the time, you don't have a chance for all that garbage to come out of you. An analogy would be like the garbage man coming to your house and he's out there picking up your garbage, but before he can be done with it, you're bringing out more cans of garbage. At some point he has to leave and move on, and you're still bringing out garbage. Well, week after week after week, you've got a pile of garbage building out there, and it's getting nasty. It smells bad, it's full of maggots. That's what's happening inside of your own body. We have to clear the waste out because this waste is producing toxins, and the toxins make you sick. So the way to remedy this is to do fasting. Now, the typical fast, which we call block fasting, is to miss an entire day or more of not eating anything. Now, some people talk about doing a juice fast, fruit juices, or even vegetable juices. I don't recommend doing that because that's not a real fast. It's better than nothing, but that's not a fast. You're still giving your body stuff to do, stuff to eat, digest, process, and there's waste again. We want to avoid that. So the proper fasting technique would be water only. Now, some research shows that bone broth is a good way to do it, and so I'm okay with that. There's a lot of healing benefits to that. So, 24 hours, 3 meals, 1 day fast. Some people like to take it a step further, and once a month they'll do a 2-day fast. Once a quarter, maybe do a 4-day fast. A lot of research shows that at 4 days, some really big things occur in your body. Not everybody wants to go that far, and I understand that. I personally don't want to go that far, but if you do, that's an awesome thing to do. Go to 4-day fasting. Don't do 3. If you've gone that far, just go to 4. And some people like to do even 1 week per year, and that's awesome. However, for our purposes today, we just want to do prevention and to go ahead and treat ourselves a little bit to get better, which is a 1-day fast. Now, you might be thinking like me, but I just don't like doing it. I've done 1-day fast many times. I didn't like it any time I ever did it, and I don't want to go back to it. Although I'm convicted I need to do something, but I've got good news. There's something called modified fasting that you can do. In a modified fast, what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of fasting every day. When it adds up, it's like doing a 1-day fast every week, so we get the job done. But it's much easier. To me it is anyway. Here's how it works. In modified fasting, you're going to only eat 9 hours per day. You're going to fast 15 hours per day. Here's how this works. You sleep 8 hours, 7-8 hours per night. That's a fast right there. So you're halfway there. What you're going to do is you're going to eat dinner, and maybe you'll have a little bit of a snack soon after dinner, but not late. For 2 or 3 hours before bedtime, you're not going to eat. You're going to sleep all night, not eating. We're going to skip breakfast in the morning. Now, a lot of you out there don't eat breakfast anyway, and you're thinking, hey, I've already got this thing. But hang on a minute. most people in the morning, if they don't eat breakfast, are still going to do a pot of coffee loaded with sugar and dairy in it. That's not a fast. So what we want to do is we want to create that 15 hours of fasting and then 9 hours of eating. Now during that 15 hours you cannot eat anything. You will be allowed to have one cup of coffee or tea. You cannot put dairy or sugar in it. It has to be black coffee. It has to be just plain tea. However, you can sweeten it with stevia. Stevia has no calories to it. The body's not processing anything much. So stevia is a good sweetener. Use only a little bit. Too much tastes nasty. You can pick that up at the store if you're not familiar with it. But stevia, 1 cup of coffee or tea. No more than 1 cup. So you need to get over that big old thermos of coffee deal, a pot of coffee every day. So what we're going to do is you're going to have 15 hours, no eating except for that 1 cup of tea or coffee, and then you got 9 hours of eating. I personally fast until lunchtime. I have me a big lunch. I have me snacks in between, nuts, that sort of thing, and then at dinner time I have me a big dinner. Now if you want to cram all 3 meals into that 9 hours, you can do that. You can do breakfast, lunch, and dinner in 9 hours if you want to pull that off. It's not how much you're eating, is when you're eating. We've got to have the fasting time to clean the body out. So within the 9 hours, that's when you eat as much as you want to. Eat like a king during that 9 hours. Now what you eat during that period, that's a subject for another video. Okay, so look for that maybe soon. So there you have it. Modified fasting. You can do this. That's easy. I can do it. I do it every day. You can do this too. So until next time, you have a blessed day.